My name is Shivani. I am part of the Health Masters team and work with Kim. How are you doing today? Welcome to your first eLearning session. I tell you that each time I begin working with a new person, I get excited. When a person learns and applies new advances in behavioral sciences, new skills are developed, resulting in life just getting easier. Advanced behavioral science is just a fancy way of saying new stuff that really makes a difference in our lives, if we really apply it. Gosh, it was not long ago that I was learning these things for my very first time, and let me tell you, I never believed I could make changes to my psychological function. I used to think it was like the color of my eyes, hardwired, and something I could not change. We are confident that you can achieve your goals in the next 7 weeks. So let us begin by reviewing the assignments and learning how to master the skills to bring yourself back down from an escalated state to a regulated state. In total, there will be 5 exercises that you have to do each week that usually takes less than 60 minutes. We also did some cool things like make everything accessible on your smartphone to allow you to do the lessons when you have small chunks of time here and there to complete them. So let's now review the exercises. Exercises for this week. Watch and answer the questions in the video, which is what you are doing right now. This usually takes between 8 and 15 minutes. When completed, please check off the box. 2. Complete personal journaling twice per week. 3. Complete the assessment so you can measure progress throughout the program. Each week the exercises may change, but please be sure to check off each box to indicate completion. So these are the 3 exercises you do each week. Together in conjunction with group participation, our team at Health Masters is confident you will see your goals achieved. I would like to introduce you to Karen and Mark, who have graciously agreed to share their journey with you about how they learned to use the regulation tools.
I would have to say that I became aware of my escalated state when I got to choose my family. I was born into a family and I thought they were the problem. They made me mad. But when I got to choose my family, got married, I came with me and into the marriage, and when I realized that my anxiety, my fears, my anger, my sensitivities, my frustrations were going to be kind of thrown all over my relationship with my husband, it was so embarrassing, so humiliating. I wanted to run and hide a lot of times. I wanted to just blame him. I wanted to quit. Yes, I wanted to quit. My first month of marriage, if I'd been so stubborn, I would have just quit. Because I was actually trained in the area of helping people. I was in a helping profession where I'd help people through conflict, help them through issues, and here I was, floundering, like I was drowning. I was dreading weekends with my favorite person in the whole world because I was so uncomfortable with me. Because I didn't know when my button would get pushed and I'd escalate, and I didn't seem to know how to be able to regulate myself. And then once children came along shortly after, it was just so important. I was so motivated to go after the things in my life that were holding me back, and regulating my emotions and dealing in a healthy way became of paramount importance because I wanted the best for them and I wanted to be the best for them.
Thank you, Karen, for sharing with us. Now please meet Amar.
My first level of awareness was at work with my boss. He told me about this process, so I'm here because I am trusting the process. So it was when I read your psychology booklet that I had my first awareness epiphany, when I started to understand what it meant to be escalated or regulated. So let me explain it. I was close to closing a big deal. And then all of a sudden it fell apart. It's embarrassing. I was overwhelmed, scared, angry, ashamed. I mean, my whole life, everything's come easy. I've been the best, top of the class, been pushed to the best schools, and now all of a sudden, I'm failing at work. So now, having read the booklet and growing to understand through this process, in the past, when I'd become escalated, I would medicate myself. I would go work out hard. I would go distract myself from whatever escapism that I could find, drive fast in my fancy cars, whatever it is. But now, I'm learning to be with it, to stay with it, to stay with all the emotion, the whole range of emotion that it introduces, and to really feel through it. I'm learning to stay with it, to stay with the process, to stay with the emotion, and to go through it, and not just turn the switch off and shut it off again and just, put it off till later and get busy with something else and ignore it. I'm learning to trust that process, to be with the feeling fully. And it's overwhelming. It's very powerful and empowering at the same time. So, I'm a guy who likes to step up to a challenge, and I'm going to stick with this process because, especially in the corporate world nowadays, emotional intelligence, I can see the benefits of it. And it's just going to help me in my career going forward.
Now, I want you to create 4 goals you would like to see achieved during the 7-week Health Masters session. When I say achieved, I mean partially or entirely, as I discussed earlier. For example, one of my goals was to gain greater control of my anger when my children were disrespectful. After completing the Health Masters 7-week program, I was able to succeed at my goals by 30% more, and I was more successful at not falling back into old behaviors. But let me say, 30% is significant progress. Make sure you celebrate when you achieve your goals. It is now time for you to make some goals for yourself. Click the Continue button below to proceed to the next page, and then complete your goal list.